although the town of Plymouth owned it, once the federal government declared it to be a National Historic Landmark, they restricted in what it can be used for, and it can be only used for the purpose of museums from a non-profit.
So the bottom line, the bottom line would be division in ownership between the state and federal governments.
Right, but it's a National Historic Landmark, and federal law supersedes state law, meaning that if the federal government decided that they wanted to turn it into a national park, there's nothing that the town of Plymouth can do with it, period. It was a matter of you still can partnership with a university to do so, but you got the only thing holding it back is Teddy Kennedy.
Okay, now he's ready to go.
He's ready to go. If he died tomorrow, we'd all be rich in a month.
And here you got King Priest Musa up in his office talking to his lady. And she's already calling me on the phone telling me where to go, what to do, helping me out.
That's not Teddy Kennedy, that's his son.
But his son ain't as smart as Teddy.
Right. Teddy is one of the most powerful people of the Kennedys. They probably part of that Illuminati.
So when Teddy's gone, you think's gonna hold that dynasty?
It don't matter. He's weak.
That's right.
He's weak.
I'm right in this house.
He's going through withdrawal alcohol. He's weak.
I'm in his house.
And he don't know what his daddy know. And he ain't a part of. He hasn't been recorded officially in his history as his father had. Father can't escape the history. The father just don't want the history to be revealed before he's dead. That's what that's about.
But see, Pat Kennedy is in my realm. I mean, the guy's got to have it, number one.
Absolutely.
Number two, he's a white man in a minority district. His office.
And the Kennedys can't go back.
Jack Reed is in Cranston.
And no matter how they play the game, the Kennedy play the game, they can't deny black folks. They just can't. Not officially. Unofficially, they can do anything
and I
they
think
want
it
to.
has a lot to do with that relationship with the church, the Catholic Church, and the families. Because
the Catholic Church is built, just took
right
pieces of the Partingways land. 24. If you even if it was 96 acres, that Catholic Church got to be a part of the Partingways land.
And this is what I'm saying now. You got journalists that go and write, do the research, and write books and do movies and so on, and get paid crazy money for what we doing. Now, how do we get that crazy money? As far as I'm concerned, man, I don't think I don't believe anybody's going to help us. I don't believe it. I haven't.
I do.
Well, you know.
It's on their game, and they ain't winning right now. It may appear that they're winning, but they ain't winning right now, Musa.
All I know is that they're going to break, and they're going to break.
You know why they ain't winning?
When they crack.
You know why they ain't winning? You and I and Augie are still alive. We aren't suffering. Do it look like he and I are suffering from anything?
No, but I do need a little plasma. I want to blast the motherfuckers. I do. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think that disc going out there.
Yeah.
And them business cards directing them to the website is
in your uniform.
Well,
remind them what America is or should be.
I can come to slave now. I'm a Moor.
Okay.
I wear that hat with your costume.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, I didn't see that.
Look at the sword. Look at the sword.
Well, just go ahead, man.
You didn't see the sword?
This hat here, Musa?
Did I have that on that day?
This one?
That hat.
Oh, okay. That's bad.
And that's my real hat. I've had that for about 20 years. I went out there with that.
You must have fucked them up with that costume on.
And the sword. Yeah. The first thing I did when the cops saw me, I said, "This is all right, ain't it?" Oh, yeah. Because everybody's, oh, you can't turn the flag upside down. You're going to get in trouble. Oh, you can't have swords. You're going to get locked up. That's what people think.
Yeah, shit.
In fact, I'm walking down the street and three cops is walking on my left side. I turn around and say, "Oh shit." Once again, 3 of them walking right on the side of me.
I heard them when they went by, they said, "What's that guy?" to the 2 bike cops. Them bike cops stuck to him like glue. When the other cops left, he was outside, they stayed outside.
What's the guy? They see a black guy in a costume
They
like
didn't
that.
know what was
They don't know. They still ain't figured it out.
They still ain't figured it out.
No.
And then the iron is hot.
That's one on them you got on them, Steve.
Tonight,
Because some motherfuckers ain't figured it out yet.
by tonight or tomorrow, that video will be on YouTube.
Good.
You know, for today, I got 2 videos on since yesterday. I made them, and I'm downloading onto YouTube now that I'm going to attach to the website. Now, all this is put like a puzzle. It's put together. So when you hear speeches and the poem, you got the images and so on, it all fits in. I don't know how, but it did. I mean, I'm serious. I don't know how it did it, but it did. You got the whole speech. I kept condensing it. I'd make the video, bring it back up to the computer, the recorder, and play it in 10-minute clips, because that's all I can get on YouTube. But every time I played it, see, when you do it in the computer, you do it in menus. You got to put written files for the images, written files for the media, and written files for the audio. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff you got to put in there, and transitions, titles. That's a lot of material, so it runs up too much space. So you only get like a half hour. But if you make it all condensed on one 10-minute clip, you know what I mean? Or 3 10-minute clips, then go back to the computer and put them in 3 chapters on one thing. Now you got all that condensed. It's twice as much information on the same disc, but you have to get it like this. See how it's blurry a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the only one I see on the tube with that style. So they all match.
You can read it, though.
Oh, yeah. And if you listen, what's the song? Do I hit the mute buttons on me? Where is it? No, it's on the other controller. Now listen to this song. Huh? That's a pause.
To do this anyway.
President Bush took all of the tools of the presidency and used them. He did not invent tools. He didn't make them up. This president recognized the responsibilities that come with being president and the obligations that come with the oath that he takes.
In 2004, George W. Bush avoided the fate of his father when he was re-elected to a 2nd term. But during Bush's 2nd term, it was the unexpected that would once again come to dominate his presidency. Hurricane Katrina. Over 2,000 people dead or missing on the streets of New Orleans, Abu Ghraib prison in Iraq, and the shocking images of prisoner abuse at the hands of U.S. soldiers. And finally, an economic collapse on a scale unseen, perhaps, since the Great Depression. Increasingly, people were turning to a new voice with a very different agenda from the Bush administrations. Illinois Senator Barack Obama.
Tried it George Bush's way. We've given more and more to those with the most and hoped that prosperity would trickle down on everybody else. And guess what? It didn't work. So it's time to try something new. It's time to grow this economy.
Obama emerged as the Democratic nominee after one of the longest, most grueling primary seasons ever. Obama and his main rival, Senator Hillary Clinton from New York, participated in approximately 25 formal debates before the nomination was decided.
Tonight, I can stand here and say that I will be the Democratic nominee for the President of the United States of America.
I think that those final 3 months or so when he was really tested by Hillary Clinton strengthened him immensely. and really prove to people that he had the strength to be a president. You know, as much as we despair about the tiresomeness of a lot of the coverage of a campaign, it is a worthwhile test of someone's mettle.
On November 4th, 2008, Barack Obama made history by becoming the first African American to be elected president.